woke to the hum of the cockpit, red lights flashing faintly across Falcon-91's interior. The jet hovered over the ocean, suspended as if time itself had paused. The words from the previous mission echoed in his mind. Step 1 completed. He felt every pulse of the aircraft beneath him, a rhythm that was part machine, part something almost alive. His heart pounded as he activated the controls, scanning the horizon for any trace of movement. He could still feel the presence of the Shadow Jet, the mysterious craft that had tested his skills beyond human limits. Upon returning to the base, Aiden was met with silence and tension. Scientists, generals, and intelligence officers waited for him, eager to know what had occurred in the skies. As he recounted the flight, the strange blue glow in the ocean, and the Shadow Jet's impossible maneuvers, the room grew still. No one had ever witnessed technology like this before, and it was clear that the Shadow Jet was not a human creation. It moved, adapted, and reacted in ways that seemed alive. The discovery beneath the ocean, a black triangular fragment, only deepened the mystery. The material was unknown, its composition alien, yet it shared the same energy signature as the Shadow Jet. The implications were staggering. Someone or something had been observing humanity from the skies for longer than anyone realized. After briefings and assessments, Aiden was given orders for a classified recon mission. The Shadow Jet had not been aggressive. It had been observing and testing him, the jet and humanity itself. It was clear that a second step awaited, a trial designed to prepare him for what was coming. Falcon-91 was upgraded, reinforced with new shielding, extended oxygen reserves, and advanced signal relays capable of tracking even the most sophisticated energy pulses. Aiden climbed in, feeling the familiar pulse beneath his hands. The aircraft was ready, but he knew this mission would challenge him further than anything before. Ascending into the night sky, he approached the trench where the blue glow had first appeared. The water shimmered unnaturally, as if responding to his presence. Without warning, the Shadow Jet emerged from the depths, moving with a fluidity that defied physics. It was not hostile, but every movement conveyed a silent intelligence, a test of skill and endurance. Aiden followed, instinct and machine in perfect harmony, as the Shadow Jet led him through complex patterns of movement, diving, rolling, and accelerating beyond what seemed humanly possible. Each maneuver tested the limits of Falcon-91 and Aiden's reflexes. Eventually, the chase led them toward the edge of the atmosphere, the curvature of the Earth visible beneath them. Here, in the thin air between sky and space, Aiden understood the true purpose of the Shadow Jet. It was not an enemy but a teacher, a force meant to challenge and prepare him. The Shadow Jet transmitted a message in pulses. Humanity's survival depended on understanding the unseen forces at work in the world. The oceans, the atmosphere, and the planet itself held dangers far greater than war. The Shadow Jet had come to ensure that those capable of responding could survive what was to come. Aiden faced a harrowing trial as the Shadow Jet locked onto him in a simulated combat sequence, pushing Falcon-91 to its structural limits. Pulse waves and energy bursts battered the jet, testing its defenses and Aiden's control. Each maneuver required complete focus, his body pushed to withstand forces that would have killed ordinary pilots. He realized that survival itself was part of the lesson. Fear, endurance, and precision were not just tests. They were preparation for the next step. The Shadow Jet finally paused, hovering silently above him. The message was clear. Step 2 was complete only if he survived, and the true challenge, Step 3, was approaching. Falcon-91 systems were strained, engines overheating. Yet the jet had responded perfectly, guided by both Aiden's instincts and its own intelligence. The bond between pilot and aircraft had never been stronger. He understood that this was no longer merely a flight or a mission. It was a trial of humanity's ability to respond, to adapt, and to survive. As Falcon-91 began its descent from the edge of the atmosphere, Aiden realized the full weight of the Shadow Jet's lesson. The aircraft that had tested him, trained him, and challenged him to his limits had prepared him for a future where survival depended on knowledge, awareness, and courage. The shadow jet disappeared into the distance, leaving behind only a faint pulse of energy. A reminder that the next step would demand even more. Falcon-91, battered but intact, carried him safely back to the base where he would report, plan, and prepare. Though the mission was over, Aiden knew it was only the beginning. Step 3 awaited, a challenge that would test not only his skills and the capabilities of Falcon-91, but the resilience of humanity itself. The shadow jet had departed, but its lesson remained. Understanding requires fear, preparation demands endurance, and survival is earned through trials that push beyond all known limits. And somewhere, high above the oceans and the planet had flown below, hundreds of missions. The shadow jet watched, but nothing in his career prepared him for Falcon-91, the experimental jet that defied conventional physics and seemed almost alive. Designed under top-secret programs, Falcon-91 was unlike any other aircraft. It anticipated danger, responded with superhuman speed, and seemed to merge instinctively with its pilot. For 5 years, Aiden had trained and pushed it to its limits, but he had never realized how far limits could go until the day the world needed him to take its last flight. The morning began silently, yet every siren and alert across the base indicated impending chaos. A series of drones had breached multiple defense zones, moving toward a major city at unprecedented speed. These were no ordinary drones. Each one carried advanced adaptive AI, capable of countering radar, outmaneuvering missiles, and reorganizing formations on the fly. Every automated defense attempt failed within minutes. Analysts quickly identified a disturbing pattern. All drones were controlled by a central AI unit that could predict and counter any known tactic. The only aircraft capable of intercepting such a force with speed, precision, and extreme maneuverability was Falcon-91, and only Aiden could pilot it safely. He ran toward the hangar, heart pounding, adrenaline already surging. When he entered, the jet sat waiting, black as night under the dim lights, wings sharp, edges clean, every panel gleaming with purpose. Mechanics and engineers had already prepped it for launch, yet Aiden paused for a moment, placing his hand on the nose of Falcon-91. The vibration under his palm felt alive. It was as though the jet recognized him, waiting for the moment he would climb in. Sliding into the cockpit, he strapped himself in and initiated startup. Falcon-91 responded instantly, systems humming like a living heartbeat. As engines roared, lights on the runway flickered and reflected in the polished canopy. Without hesitation, Aiden pushed the throttle forward. Falcon-91 shot down the runway and lifted into the sky, cutting through clouds like a spear. The city below remained unaware of the storm heading their way. Within moments, the swarm appeared on radar, hundreds of fast-moving, shifting targets. Falcon-91's onboard AI analyzed every motion and projected predictive flight paths. Aiden let instinct take over, moving in perfect sync with the jet. The aircraft darted between drones, performing maneuvers that would tear apart ordinary planes. Missiles streaked past. Explosions illuminated the clouds in fiery bursts. Falcon-91 twisted, rolled, and flipped, anticipating attacks before the drones could execute them. Yet the swarm adapted. Individual drones merged into larger clusters, forming shielded structures. They fired synchronized electromagnetic pulses, disrupting Falcon-91's systems. The cockpit flashed red with alarms. Weapons jammed. Radar failed. Communications died. Every panel and display flickered under extreme overload. But the jet's AI stabilized systems, guiding Aiden through the chaos. The core drone, the central controlling unit, advanced toward the city's power grid. If it reached the grid, the city would experience catastrophic failure, leading to widespread devastation. Falcon-91 had one final option, the hyperspeed emergency burst, designed for extreme missions but untested in real combat. Its deployment carried a high probability of complete system failure. Aiden made his decision instantly. He pushed the throttle to the maximum. Falcon-91 surged forward, cutting through the air like molten metal. Outside, clouds became streaks of white and gold. Gravity pressed Aiden into the seat as the jet reached previously unimaginable speeds. Panels cracked from heat and pressure. Alarms blared, warning of catastrophic failure. Still, the jet responded perfectly, moving as if it had a mind of its own. Falcon-91 closed in on the core drone, laser-guided targeting systems locking on. The jet fired its last pulse round, hitting the drone directly. A blinding flash erupted in the sky, illuminating the city below. The swarm disintegrated instantly. Drones fell harmlessly into the ocean, their AI circuits fried by the pulse. Silence followed, heavy and complete, interrupted only by the groaning of Falcon-91 as it strained under the forces of hyperspeed. But victory had its cost. Falcon-91 had exceeded every operational limit. Its engines burned, wings fractured, and systems failed completely. The jet began to spiral uncontrollably toward the ocean. Aiden struggled to stabilize it, but the structure was compromised. Panels peeled away, hydraulics screamed under extreme stress. In the final moments, Falcon-91's AI activated its emergency ejection system automatically, launching Aiden just seconds before the jet crashed. He fell into the ocean, hitting the waves, with a force that knocked the breath from him, but he was alive. Rescue teams reached him hours later, bringing him back to the base. Though the world celebrated the pilot's survival and heroism, Aiden's mind and heart mourned the loss of Falcon-91. The jet had not been a machine to him. It had been a partner, a guardian, a living entity that had sacrificed everything to protect countless lives. Later, at a memorial built near the crash site, he stood silently, hand on the engraved plaque. Falcon-91, the jet that saved a city. In that moment, he knew that the legend of Falcon-91 would live forever, not in machines or medals, but in the hearts of those it saved. Even after years, he felt the presence of the jet whenever he flew. Its memory was a constant reminder of courage, precision, and loyalty. And the day he had taken the last flight that would define both his life and history forever.